Good evening everyone. I'm just repainting some of these windows before I put them in, because when I painted them the other night it wasn't great light, I was tired and I've missed a load of bits. So I'm just going back up, touching up some of the little bars that I've missed. It shouldn't take too long for it to dry. Good evening, Bella. This is your new house, is it? We all wish that, don't we? It's a beautiful house. Good evening, Cat. How are we all doing? Is it 11:05? Oh, I hadn't realised it was this late when I came on. Been out to football, got stuff sorted, had a bit to eat. I've just sat down to do a bit of work, and yeah, it's nearly bedtime, isn't it? How the day flies. How the long bank holiday. Is there a bed? Well, I'm assuming there's a bed somewhere. I'm just going to try and get these top floor windows fitted, then I can attack the bottom ones from underneath. And I've put a little makeshift floor in the top there. Can't quite see it, but there's a floor in there now, so the aim is that if it's a light, there's going to be a light shining in the top floor, but it's not going to penetrate down to the ground floor. So I've just put a fake floor in. Well, I say fake floor, I've put a floor in. There will be a roof, yes, Bella. You're really quite worried about the bed in the roof, aren't you? Yeah. I just dropped something on the back. There's this little bed. It's not specifically for this house, it's for another house that I need to post off. So we'll stick a bed in there for you. Currently, there's no roof, but I've got a roof shape ready to go. So if you want to keep the rain off you while you go to bed, there you go, there's now a roof. Right, where am I? I've just realised I'm painting entirely the wrong windows for this elevation. Still needs to be painted though, never mind. I've just done the wrong ones. That's why there's more. So these are for the other side and not this one. And that explains a lot. Well, it doesn't explain a lot, it explains why I've got more than I thought I should have. Because they're not the right ones. Same size windows, but wrong elevation. It's for the other side. Like I said, don't mind it. Everything wants repainting anyway. Alright, that keeps the water out, doesn't it? I need to put some glazing in it, but I haven't got around to that bit yet. Because I realised I needed to do some more painting. Those are the right windows for this one. I don't think these need much more attention. I suppose they do a bit. It's a completely different type of window for this wall. It's a shame really, because I think the multi-bar glazed windows look much better. It's just the little inner bits that I've failed to cover with paint fully on the first attempt. Not triple glazing, do you? I suppose you'll be wanting me to add cavity roof insulation as well. Four done. And I should move the palette to the other side. Stop reaching over. Velux. Well, I've got this bit of Velux window on one of the elevations. It doesn't open, but it's a replication of a Velux roof window. These have all got masking tape on them because I used tape to temporarily fix them in place whilst I was testing to see what they look like. I really did paint these in a rush. There's lots of missing bits. This is for a completely different wall altogether, but I may as well paint it whilst I've got a green out. Well, thank you very much. Sorry I'm not very talkative tonight, I'm just really tired. And that's for the TV room, so I'll put that to one side. Because it doesn't belong on this wall. This is another one for the TV room building. Again, I'll put that to one side. And I've got this one. This is the door for the TV room. Wine cellar, actually, this one. It's just going to need a bit of sanding, that one, so I'm just going to leave it to one side for now, to be honest, because I don't have the energy to faff around with it. What do I need to do now? Okay, I'm going to wash my brush. That's prime directive, except I don't think I have any water. I left my jar in the other room again. I just found a bottle of water, that'll have to do. Right, I'm going to use this piece of PET 3G plastic now. I'm going to glue some glazing behind the windows. To do that, I'm going to use 2 different types of glue. I'm going to need a cocktail stick as well. So just squeeze a little bit of white glue out. I want some super glue as well. Top's gummed up on this one. Scrape it out. Find my scalpel. I don't actually know if there's any left in here. There we go. A little bit of super glue. So what I'm going to do is glue a piece of plastic behind there, or glue this onto a piece of plastic. I just want to add a little bit of white glue just onto the glazing bars in the middle. Just make sure it's a thin covering. I don't want it smearing out. I'll run it on the edges. I do want it to sit quite snugly against the glass, but I don't want the glue to seep underneath. This stuff dries clear, but even so, I don't want much running under, if any. So if I put the glue on and then just smear it very, very thinly. And now I just want to put a dab of super glue just around the edges. This is a thicker super glue, so it shouldn't run as much. And I don't want the super glue anywhere near the edge of the frame, or the inside of the frame, because I don't want it anywhere near the acrylic, because otherwise it fogs up. So we've got plenty of glue on there, and now I'm going to glue this carefully to that end. I'll just put the film back down over the top. This is some protective film. And that will just help protect the surface whilst I do some adjustments. Let's just move all these windows out of the way, because I want to do a bit of cutting with a knife and a ruler. So I'm going to make these bits of glazing exactly the same as the tab. Needs a few passes to cut through. Right, there we go, that's one. I'll do the same for the other 3 at the top level. Because these 3 are all having the same treatment, they're all going to have a net curtain behind them. I can't pick it up. There we go. So again, I'm just going to smear the clear white glue down the centre. over the glazing bars in the middle, or the thinner ones towards the top, should I say, not the middle. And now, oops, I forgot to do the edges. I think I've mixed a bit of super glue in with that. It doesn't matter. Okay, now we've got plenty of glue on. I'll just peel back the protective film. It's got film on this. Stick that down, and then I can use my fingers to just press it into place. Again, just a thin coat around the edge of the frames. I just put a bit too much of super glue on there, then get a bit slapdash. And this is just to make sure it holds onto the plastic. Right, and now I want to put some. Net curtains behind these windows, so for that I'm going to use a little bit of tissue paper. Like so, this is just a sheet of toilet tissue, to be quite precise. It's got a bit of a texture on it, but I don't want the full thickness. These are usually 2-ply, so I'm going to try and peel them apart to make it a little bit more delicate. It's always easier said than done. Because I've got you lot watching and the pressure of trying to do it, it's not happening. Come on, I know you're there. That's actually just removed all that strange pattern. There's a little bit left, but it's not that noticeable now. I have a feeling the knife's not going to be good enough for this, so I need scissors. What I'm going to do is just glue that behind the glass. So again, I'm going to use a little bit of white glue because it's not as smeary. And it also gives me a little bit of playability time, repositional time. If I get it wrong, which if I put it down with super glue, it'll stick straight away. And if I've messed up, positioned it wrong, I can't move it. So these net curtains are going to cover the whole window, so I should cover the entire frame around the edges with glue. And then I'll just drop my net curtain over the top of it. Now I've still got a bit of a protective film over the top of the glass there, that's just to keep my fingers away from it. Now of course I've got the net curtain on the back, so my fingers aren't going to smear from the back, but just in case, I've just left the film on top there. So that gives you the idea of a net curtain. Now I'm going to put that behind I'm going to now put that behind that window. But to put that in place, I am going to use super glue. And I'm going to have to take the roof off and take that film off the front. Before I do that, I'm just going to put a latex glove on, just to keep my fingers away from the glass. It does mean it's slightly harder to pick up. Right, so we'll take the film off the front. Now we've got a nice net curtain. I'm just going to put some blobs of super glue on the frame here, except I've lost it. Where did it go? There it is. Not got much of this left now. I do prefer the more viscous super glue because it doesn't run and get where you don't want it. If I now just put some on this outside frame, keeping it away from the glass. It's not actually glass, it's a plastic called PETG. It's very, very clear and shiny. I think you can just about see the reflectiveness of it there. Now these should sit just nicely behind, he says. There we go, nice satisfying click there as well. So that's the top window done on that. I'm going to do the same here. This is just so I can sort of close this area off. So we need another net curtain put in. The top, like I said, the top has net curtains. Good evening, Mr. London Irishman. How are you? Long time no see. As you can see, I'm building a scale model of the Iranian embassy. No, it's not the Iranian embassy, no. It's a French chateau. I got in there before you, yes indeed. Sorry about that, gluing the net curtain on this one was just a little bit off camera. Same procedure as the last one though. Why is it sideways? It's sideways so I can get some landscape footage out of it. It's a little bit so you can see more of what I'm doing because it's not always easy to see in portrait, and a little bit because I need the footage. I don't like portrait video for this, and so if I save these files, I can then repurpose them on YouTube. So if you don't mind just turning your camera over, it's the same experience just on a side phone. I mean, some work when they're on the side. You can't really extremely it's, that it's the wrong way around, as it were. Cocktail stick, that's what I'm doing. So what I'm doing at the moment is just making some windows. I put some glazing behind these top three, and these ones all have net curtains behind them. The bottom two windows are just going to be uncurtained but dark. I'm going to have a light on in the top floor, but it's just going to be a soft glow behind the curtains. Downstairs is going to remain dark. So there are a few holes in this one, so I'll try and find a non-holy bit. And I've got a on one hand to try and keep my fingerprints off the glass. For the moment there's a protective film on the front, but that will have to come off when I fit it. And then subsequently, if I do any more fine tuning to the colour, I'm just going to need to mask it off. Because really I want to get the roof fitted, and to do that the windows need to be put in from above. I can do these bottom ones from the from underneath. There's still a hole. There's not much of this left now. There we go. I dropped it after all that. I'm just trying to come up from underneath. I can never mind. I can use the open void there to help me. So there we go. And there's the three windows in. I'll just move Bella's bed, because I don't want to actually wire Bella's bed in place. And now if I just use a battery powered light to simulate the effect of lighting. It's a bit bright, this one. I'll put that in there, stick the temporary roof in place, get the light leak there, and if I just turn my main light away, that will just show you the top. It's not going to be working like that. It's that's just a Halloween light, but that will show you the level of lighting. It's going to actually be orange, but I don't have an orange bulb. The other one I have is this. I don't know if it's going to have the same effect. Mind you, it might look more like it's on fire. So that's the kind of effect it will have once I get a light installed. There is actually a bulb in there right now, but just twist that up. I have got a bulb in, but it's not connected to anything. that will give me the right kind of idea. So these two will be illuminated, this one won't be, although I'm yet to change my mind, because there's a window on the other side before I can seal the roof in. I've got these two windows here to sort out. I'm just in the back of my head trying to sort out whether I'm going to put that in or not. I might just continue with this side for tonight. I have got some roof tiles cut ready to go, so I'm quite eager to get the roof done of this section. What I'm going to do tonight, though, I think, is just glue down or fix down the remaining windows from this part. This earlier today, I just added a little bit of darkening off of the texture on the facade there, just helping lift the front stonework. It's not actually enough glazing material on here. I'll have to see what else I can find. I can find some more. This one is for a, sorry, you can't see. This one is for a different part. I'm just going to do this one and then I'm going to call it a night, because I'm absolutely shattered tonight, and when you get tired you're more liable to make a mistake, like smearing glue all over your glazing. Just put some super glue around the edges. It's that squarey, rulery type thing. Where did you go? I'm just beginning to put some super glue on the framework. There's no danger of it running onto the glass here because there's a ridge. I'm using slightly thinner super glue here because the other ones just run out on me. I've just got to be more careful that I don't get any on the glass by running over it. Okay, I'm going to try and apply this from underneath this time. That's why I've left the bottom open. There we go, perfect fit. I've just left the film on the inside for now, just so I can help press. There we go. And that's 4 out of the 5 main windows done. I've run out of glazing material though now, so I'm going to have to go and look for some more. So I'm going to call it a night at this point because of glazing, and hopefully I will see you all again soon. Thank you for watching, and if you're not already following, give me a follow and we'll carry on with this tomorrow.